The Way of Will John.
Hey, I'm honored to be here. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm Kneesovertoesguy because I grew up with the worst knees of anyone I knew, had different surgical alterations. I was always prevented from my knees going over my toes. I wanted to be a basketball player. It wasn't happening, super slow, couldn't jump because my knees were always holding me back. And I got a clue from an Olympic trainer that actually the knee that can go farthest and strongest over the toes is the most protected. And so then I just made my whole life's focus trying to, figure that out. Can I bulletproof my knees? And it turns out I actually could bulletproof them beyond the norm. And with more bulletproof knees, like I said, I was super slow. I couldn't jump high. So then I started thinking, well, shit, maybe I could even change how I run, change how I jump. So now I have a very optimistic view on what we can do, not just with our skills in our sports, but with our body. So I've been able to get fast and jump high. So for basketball, for me, I had long given up on the idea of dunking, for example. And now it's like, holy crap, I wish I knew how easy it would have been to change my jumping back then. So I live a pretty simple life now, and I just work helping people do the workouts that I did to get more bulletproof and be able to run faster and jump higher.
So that is how I found you. That is how I discovered you, which was funny enough. Someone mentioned it to me. He's a guy that was a professional footballer. He lives in the UK now. He's in his 40s, but he stumbled upon your stuff, mentioned it, and it didn't stick. I didn't know who. He said knees over toes. I didn't quite catch it. Someone else, a fan of our channel, says, you got to get this guy on the podcast. You got to get this guy. We got to get some videos. You got to collab with this guy because he knows his shit. And so then I obviously did my research on you. And so you'll be happy to know I've taken the last 30 days since we, it's been about 30 days, a little more than 30 days since we've been in contact trying to get this down. And I have been doing a whole host of stuff from you. Now, guys, he has an unbelievable YouTube channel, which obviously we'll link down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's right there in the description or the show notes. And you have a ton of exercises. And I know you have programs out there because I'm assuming what you would get in a program is an even more structured, straight up, this is, and maybe a pathway for guys that are trying to. So I took the time after finding out who you were, what was going on, clearly seeing that this is no nonsense. We have a very, and obviously you're coming from basketball and you're not into soccer maybe, but we have similar teaching styles where the idea is to take the complex issue that people are having problems with and simplify it so people can take action steps and then immediately be awesome, And so I'm going to go ahead and let you kind of explain why this is making you faster, what someone can do, because everybody who's here and they're seeing clips of you dunking and the guys you've talked about and all this stuff, from the guys that just want to get faster, what do they do? The guys that want to have their knees, and why is all this connected? Just maybe you could give some sort of practical advice for. Obviously, we know why you wanted to do it, but
before we get going, my friends, Goluremi Nation is coming. Fight Club for footballers. The very first one ever. More on that soon. If you want to know about that, if you want to be a part of the early release, go right down below. This is the very first time we are offering something of this nature, and it is going to be absolutely out of control.